If you're here for the first time, welcome to the home of all things data analytics. For our regular subscribers, we are glad to have.
So this is an example of when you extract a data in database. This is an example of how we see our data. It's just like an Excel stuff that you see, the output, okay? So there are a few examples of relational database management systems, okay? Some of these examples are Oracle SQL Developer. We have Microsoft SQL Server. We have MySQL. We have Microsoft Access, Teradata, IBM, SQLite, etc. Okay. But for this class, we will be dealing with Microsoft SQL Server. That's why you see me painting it red. We will be dealing with Microsoft SQL Server, okay? And we will get it free, okay? So accessing the data, how do I access my data in the database? We use like I said before, we use SQL, right? So let's talk about what is SQL itself. Now, remember, we've talked about database. Now, let's talk about what SQL is. It's a structured query language that is used to access data in an RDBMS, okay? Now, it was first developed by IBM as structured English query language. So those days, they used to call it SQL, okay? So, and because it's gone beyond English, there is SQL in Arabic, there is SQL in Chinese language, there is SQL in other languages. So they removed the word English. They didn't want to, limit themselves. So each RDBMS vendor developed their own dialect of SQL, okay? Now, let me give you an example. Let's look at this. The English being spoken in England and America, we will all want to believe they are the same, okay? But when we start spelling some stuffs, you see that they are different. If I ask someone from United States to spell center for me, this person will spell CENTER. If I ask someone from United Kingdom to spell center for me, he or she will spell it as CENTER. Okay? So America, United States, we speak English. So take that English as SQL, right? Now, I said each RDBMS build their own dialect. So if we try to start going deep, you see that some things are going to be different. So in this country here, if you spell center as RE, you fail. So they spell center in this country as CENTER. But in the United Kingdom, they spell center as CENTRE. And so other, pronunciation and so other spellings like program. If I ask you to spell program for me, Yemi, you are in the United Kingdom. Can you spell program for me?
PROGRAME.
Thank you. That's a United Kingdom person. But here, I will spell it as PROGRAM. No, that's all. That's how we spell it in United States. So if you come here and you are writing that, here they will tell you are making error. Meanwhile, if I go to United Kingdom and spell it the way we spell it here, I'll be making error also in that part. So that is what we mean by each RDBMS creates their own dialect. Like, for example, the two major RDBMSs, which is Microsoft and Oracle. Now, in Microsoft, their dialect is T-SQL. It's called Transact SQL. Transact SQL. In Oracle, it's called Procedural Language SQL, which is PL/SQL. Now, I'm just bringing these so that when you see some job descriptions and someone is telling you someone who understands T-SQL, you know that's Microsoft. And someone is telling you someone who understands PL/SQL, you know that's Oracle. Now, if you come to this class, as you have come to this class, you will understand everything. You will understand SQL basically. Now, as far as you understand the SQL, you can work in any environment. If something is becoming deep, then you can use Google and Google some other things. But the 90% of the language is the same. But it's just when you're going, it's just about 10 or 5% that becomes different. But you can get that online. So in this class, we'll be dealing with T-SQL because that's the most popular. Okay. Now, in T-SQL, we have DDL, we have DML, and DCL. So, just like I said it, that in the United Kingdom, the English is different. In US, the English is different. Now, if you now come to United States, let's say T-SQL, let's take T-SQL as United States now, English, United States English. When you now go deep into United States English, you see that some things are different also. Me, that I was born in Nigeria, my English is going to be different compared to somebody born in this place. Okay? Now, I was speaking with someone, and this person said, please, just listen to this English. The person said, uh, she wanted to ask me, she said, when you is coming. He's asking me when you is coming. Okay. He was asking me when you is coming. So when you is coming. That is, this person was trying to ask me, when are you coming? When are you coming? So I told her, because I couldn't just hold it. I said, no, that your English is wrong. Do you know what this person said? He said, you Africans don't understand English. So I laughed. I said, you are wrong. That English, that's laughable. Why would you say when you is coming? I said, when are you coming? That's the question. Okay, if you don't want to answer, if you don't want to agree, no problem. Don't agree. So it's different, right? So, but that's wrong. That's a wrong English. Okay, no matter what, whether English, whether American English, whether that's a wrong English. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that even the accent, okay, the accent will be different. Stuff will be different despite we are all in America, right? Now, let me tell you, the person living in New York and the person living in Texas, when you listen to them, their accents are different. 100% accent. They are different. Person living in Florida, the south of United States, and coming to this side, their accent is totally different. Okay? Their accent is totally different. In Texas, when you go there, when they start speaking, their accent is different. Somebody in New York, I can relate very well with their accent. Somebody in Maryland, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, we speak, I mean, we can relate very well, we can hear very well, we can hear ourselves very well. But when you go to places like Louisiana, for example, Louisiana is a place that America bought from the French. So their accent is very, very different compared to you. When you go to El Paso is in Texas. El Paso is an environment where they have a whole lot of Hispanics. So their accent is different. So now in T-SQL, DDL, DML, DCL, they have different things they do. DDL, this is an abbreviation for data definition language. The DDL is an understandable syntax, okay? Like a sentence of the SQL server. It is used to create, alter, drop, and modify the database object. So this deals with the database object. Okay, like the table, the stored procedures, the database object in total. Now we have the DML. The DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. It is used to insert, retrieve, modify, store, delete, update data in database. DML like, select, update, insert, delete, a whole lot of them. We have, etc. We have a whole lot of them. Okay, so that deals with the data inside the table in the database. Okay, the DCL, this simply means data control language. It is used to control access to data stored in the database. Includes grant, revoke, deny. So before you work in an organization, right, the database is already existing. Somebody needs to grant you access into the database. Okay, so they need to grant you the access. I know Abdul is a database administrator, so he understands what I mean. Okay, so now this is how the environment looks. SSMS, we have Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, which is like the library that helps you to view your SQL server. Okay, it helps you to see your stuff. If you look on the left, you see that we have the database, we have the security, blah, 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 manager. So most times, all you will be working with are contained in the database. That's where you have your business, okay? Now, we have talked about database. We have talked about SQL. We have talked about RDBMS. Now, the data you are dealing with, let's talk about it also. What is data? Data is any set of character that has been gathered and translated for some purpose. Okay? Usually analysis. Data is gathered for purpose of analysis. The end product of data gathering is analysis. Okay? It can be any character, including text and numbers, pictures, sound, or video. Anything that has been gathered. If data is not put into context, it doesn't do anything to a human or computer. Okay? Now we have to put it into context. Like that is to say, for example, get this data organized so that any normal human being looking at the data will try to understand what are we trying to do here. Even the computer will understand with you that, okay, what do you want me to pull? You want to pull this, you want to pull that. So you must be able to organize your data very well so that it makes sense to a human or a computer that is trying to work on it. We have different data types. I won't bore you with a whole lot, okay? We have different data types. I will just let you understand that we have the VACA. VACA means variable character. We'll define it as we go. That means variable character. We have the integer. Integers are numbers. We have the date and we have the date time. We have the money kind of data. We have the numeric. We have the float. We have decimal. Okay? Now, let's talk about VACA. A VACA or variable character. You see that they just took the first three word of variable and took the first four of character to form what we call VACA. Okay, it's a set of character data. So the term VACA refers to the data type of a field or column in a database management system which can hold letters, numbers, special characters, etc. VACA fields can be of any size up to a limit which varies by databases. Okay. Now, I said a column that can hold number, that can hold special characters, that can hold letters is called VACA. That's why we said variable character. Variable varies, variable character. Anything. Let me do this. Let me bring an Excel and show you an example. Let me show you an example. Can you guys see my Excel? Can you see my Excel?
Yes.
Okay, you can see my Excel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's look at this. Let's say in this place, I put first name, then this one last name, then this one dates of birth, and this one I put amount, for example. So let me do. So now in this place, let's say this is a database now. This whole thing is a database. In this place, I decided to set in, I said, okay, nothing should come there except text. Okay? Except text. Okay? The same thing here, I said, nothing should come here except text. The same, this place here, I said, nothing should come here except date of birth, right? Date. I said, okay, date. This one, I said, nothing should come here except, let's say, currency. Okay? So now, I put my name here. I just put field. Now, in this place, I just say, okay, 03 2000. That's when I was born, okay? Now, I want you to see something. You see, I put a date of birth, but I did not, you know, this data is now, I didn't put it appropriately, okay? I didn't put it appropriately. That's why you can see that I'm even having error. I can't even see what I'm doing. But if I do 03 2000, you see the data, the column accepts it. So this is the same thing as if you set a column to be a certain type of data and you put something else, you will be having error. Now, this place I said 2000. Okay, you see, automatically gives me this. If I put a text here, I put something here. It gives me this, but it is wrong, right? But you see, the good thing about database is that it's going to tell you this is wrong. It's not going to allow you to process it. Okay? It's not going to allow you to process it. In this place, if I put this, you see what is happening, right? If I make a mistake, I just put 2000. Let's say I put 4000. You see, it's converting it to date. Meanwhile, it's giving us a wrong date now. Because I have decided to set this place a kind of data type, you know. If I put here, I say, okay, let's say I put quantity. And I set this as number. I set this as number, okay? Instead of me to put number, I put this. If I put this in the database is going to let us know that this is wrong. If I put, let's say, this one that is meant to be letters, I put, you see, this one is giving me something here and letting me know that's an error. Okay, that's the same thing. That's the same thing we are trying to do. That is the same thing that we are trying to do here.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. And if you want to keep learning, check out the other videos we have here on our channel.